our Go USA page. So if you want to go back and look at this recording, see if there's something that you want to review, you're most certainly welcome to do that. So again, welcome to Thursday night's opportunity call. We'll get started. I'm going to start off by recording. Oops, we're already recording. Good. And I'm going to share my screen and we will get on with the presentation. All right. Well, my job this evening is to give information about APO Go as a company and the accompanying opportunity. APO Go, just as a matter of reference, is a 9-year-old company. It started off in Eastern Europe, a company called APL. About a year and a half ago, they got into the United States, created another entity called APL Go. And APL Go is under the umbrella arm of APL to represent the Eastern European company in the United States and beyond. I apologize, I've got a frog in my throat, just got done with my workout. My name is Kauri Thompson. I am the US launch coordinator for APL Go. I'm also an independent associate or rep. I've got an extensive background in the home-based business, and I can honestly say over the last 20 or so years, I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of people earn a great living working from home. Rarely do they start full-time. Most people dip their feet into the water. They learn the business. They learn how to talk to people, how to share the products. But over the course of years, I've seen people have a lot of success in this industry, and it's an industry that I'm really passionate about. APO Go stands for Accumulate Product Lifestyle Company. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Accumulate product technology. And we threw the word go in because it's go time, right? Go is an action word, a progressive word. And so that's why we use the word go. Before I jump into the actual presentation, a couple things that I want to point out. Number one, I love to verify third-party verification of presentations, especially with types of presentations like I'm doing right now. This is a screenshot of a website called businessforhome.org. Businessforhome.org looks at and evaluates direct sale companies all over the world. They're really well-known industry or company, excuse me. What these guys do is they take tax returns from different companies. They analyze the amount of revenue and they analyze the amount paid out. And they also look at web traffic. They look at YouTube traffic, all types of different metrics to indicate how much, what's going on with the company as far as traction and people sharing links and so on and so forth. And they assign it some numbers. So the thing that I like to share with this particular slide, I'm going to get my pen out here. If you take a look at this, you're going to see slow, steady growth through the year. Starting off in 2015, you'll see we started with $10 million. By 2020, last year we did over 125 million. And I like that. I like that slow, steady growth. What I'm afraid of in a lot of companies is companies that go up really quickly, they tend to crash somewhat, but we're on a good pace. Secondly, look at our momentum rank. When we started this back in July of last year, we were ranked at about 127th. This morning, I took a look and created the screenshot, rank number 16. That's really exciting. And one of the other things that's really exciting is our estimated payout. We pay out 63 cents on the dollar. If you've been around the industry, it would seem almost surreal or strange that a company would pay out that high. I assure you the numbers are accurate. And there's reasons why we can do that. And we'll get into that in this presentation. Okay. Another thing that came to surface a few days ago is we cracked the top 100 companies in the world in the direct selling industry. I'm really excited about that. We came in at number 58. So if you think about it, all the direct sales companies in the world that do hundreds of billions of dollars in sales every single year, we are now number 58. Very exciting, especially to see how far we've come, how quickly. All right, tonight, we're gonna talk about a category creating product. If you don't know this, I did the research, it's really interesting. Pills and capsules have been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, Socrates and other Greek philosophers and scientists were stuffing ingredients into capsules many hundreds or many centuries ago. Today, for most people, it's become an accepted way of getting nutrition. putting down a big old pill, trying to swallow it with some water, putting more down there to get the nutrients that you want. Most of it ends up in your gut, not being utilized anyway. Tonight, we have a different option for you. Tonight, we're going to introduce a category creator called our anion DNA drops, or we like to call them rapid DNA drops. If you've never heard about them before, again, it is a category creator. Category creators are a lot of fun. They're fun because one thing, nobody else is telling that story. So if you think of category creators, think of Band-Aid, think of Kleenex, think of companies like Xerox. These are all companies that were first to market, and now they've become really well known because they brought a brand new product to the marketplace. We're doing the same thing with these anion rapid DNA drops. They're delicious, they're fun to use. So let's get into the science just a little bit. If you've ever been in nature and you feel good around waterfalls, you feel good around crashing waves, you have a really serene and peaceful feeling in the mountains, it's not just the awe of beauty of nature and God, there's a scientific explanation as well. In these types of environments, there's a heavy concentration of negative ions. Now, every one of the cells in your body, if you do the research, has a negative ion charge. Why is that? It's because your body was equipped to protect itself against positive ions and free radicals. So this is a subject of negative ions that not a ton of people talk about, but it's really, really important. Negative ions come to us in different ways. They can come through gamma rays, the sunshine, they can come through solar, they can come through crashing water all around us, and those examples that I gave a little bit earlier. One of the ways that we can get negative ions is through lightning strikes. Lightning strikes the earth approximately 8 million times a day. I did not know that, which is really interesting. When lightning goes into the earth, it doesn't just disappear. It ends up supercharging the soil, and plants store negative ions in their leaves, which is really, really interesting. If you've ever been outside after a electric storm, lightning storm, you open that door up, it's kind of rainy, it's got this really weird feel in the air. That is negative ions. You're experiencing negative ions. Theoretically, if you were to pick an apple during a lightning storm and take a bite of it, it'd be loaded with negative ions. The problem is most botanicals, in fact, all botanicals, once you pull them out of the ground, they immediately begin to lose their negative ion charge. So if you think about all the nutritional supplements that are available today, once the botanical is picked, they immediately begin to lose their negative ion charge. The negative ion charges supercharge these botanicals to give them an extraordinary property that help increase their effectiveness and their efficiency in your body. Now, these are our drops. So introducing the rapid funnel drops. These are kind of, DNA rapid drops. These are what they look like. They are hard candies. And I hate to use the word candy because it's almost a disservice. What we do is we take these caramel, a batch of caramel, and each drop is about just under 1 gram of beet sugar. We heat it to 80 degrees Celsius. Then what we do is we take botanicals. Depending on the recipe that we're trying to create, we take these botanicals, we pick them at the peak of ripeness from our farm in Israel. We put them into our Accumulate SA technology chamber. In this chamber, we have a process where we thresh the botanicals. We create a lightning storm in this chamber. And what we're able to do with our technology is extract the DNA from these plants, and we infuse them into these different drops. Now, depending on the type of drop, there's 15 different recipes for 15 different drops, or what we like to say, 15 different experiences. And one of the really neat things about this is that we use our Accumulate SA technology to create the negative ions and to infuse them back into these rapid DNA drops. So all of these drops have these negative ions in them to supercharge them. They're also full of plant DNA from these wonderful botanicals. And through that process, the proprietary process that we have, we're able to supercharge these little drops. What happens is the caramel comes out, they're cut into small round pieces. They go through a process. When they come out of off the conveyor belt, they dry. Then they're put in a foil wrap individually and shipped off to market. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the different drops that we offer. We like to say 15 different drops for 15 different experiences. What I like about this product line that gets me so excited is that there are 15 current industries, meaning we cover 15 different needs, and the needs that these products fulfill are worldwide. We're not trying to create a market for energy or market for pain. We're not trying to create a market for sleep or relaxation or a market for immune health. These markets already exist. We are simply filling the need with a brand new category creating product that yields some amazing results. Now I'm going to go through just a few benefits. They're quick. The thing I like about this product, you can take it, suck on the product. It'll absorb through your mucosal membrane into your bloodstream almost instantly. A very small portion ends up going into your gut, which is why we can call ourselves a supplement. But if you think about it, the smart technology in these drops absorb into your bloodstream, right into your system. So you can see how one little drop has so much potency because of the efficient way that they're used. Now, they're really convenient, meaning I can take a pack of 30, stick it in my back office or in my purse, my bag, whatever the case might be, and carry a month's supply on me at any time. They're delicious. One of the distractions about our product, and I'm going to tell you this, they taste like candy. They really do. So a lot of people will taste them and they'll say, well, it's too good to be true. I don't taste any botanicals. The reason you don't taste the botanicals is we don't scrape off the flavonoids. We take the DNA from these botanicals. That's it. They're all naturally flavored. You're going to find pineapple, strawberry, cherry. You're going to find grape, orange, all the different natural flavors into these different drops. They're attractive. I love our boxing. If you take a look at BTY right on the screen, it's got a foil on the box. Absolutely beautiful. It's a product that you love to share with people. Now they're safe. People say, well, can we take these? Are they safe to take? The answer is yes. If you can consume fruits, vegetables, and minerals, you can definitely take this product. And once again, they're unique. It's a category creating product. There's no other product like this in the world. Now, I'm going to go through quickly 3 of the products to highlight them. This is RLX, is an acronym for relax, and you probably guessed what it does. If you're having a day where you're having stress, anxiety, you can just pop one of these in your mouth. Wait about 10 to 12 minutes. At least for me, it's about 10 to 12 minutes. And I immediately, at that time, start to feel a real relaxed sensation. Sometimes before bed, if I have a lot on my mind, I'll pop one of these drops and just suck on it, and it really helps me chill out. If you look in this, you'll see the different ingredients: banana, chamomile, lettuce, Siberian ginseng, passion flower, and ashwagandha. If you Google these particular botanicals, you're going to realize they all contribute to a peaceful and relaxed state. Combine them together, scrape them onto this drop, and put them on that and pop it in your mouth, and you're going to have that experience yourself. I do need to say that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. And we always encourage people, talk to your physician when making any health decision. Again, these are supplements. Our next product to show you is SLD, acronym for slide. If you have joint issues, if you have joint pain, maybe you're an athlete, maybe just walking hurts, right? Pop one of these things, pop a drop, we like to say. I like this flavor. It's a Duchess pear. It's a really mellow pear flavor. Suck on it and see what happens. And a lot of people are trying and love this product. Again, you can see the ingredients in it. And finally, one of my most favorite products, ice. I love ice because I have acid reflux. So if I'm eating late, I'm eating really spicy food, this product, I just put one in my mouth before bedtime. I've never had an instance of acid reflux whenever I've taken ice. And sometimes I will take ice and RLX together. I'll do what we call a combo drop. So you can imagine all those botanicals being assimilated, excuse me, into my body for the carefree digestion and comfort, something I've really grown to appreciate. Now I'm going to go through really briefly our daily collection. Do you know anybody who needs a better immune system? Do you know anybody who wants extra strength or energy? How about normalized glucose levels? How about men's and women's health, sexual health, function? How about people who want to have issues with pain? Do you know anybody with those issues? Well, we have a product for you. STP helps with people getting a sense of relief from discomfort. It's a beautiful cherry flavor. I love all the products. That's a particular product that I love. GRW, I can't keep it around. My kids keep taking it from my office. Has a great flavor for immune system. So you can see all the different products that we offer. If you're thinking about a business, I want you to pay attention to something I think is really important. Take a look at our wholesale prices. $25 for 1 month supply. I love this price point because I can grow a global business with this price point. If you want to retail the product, the suggested retail price is $50. And did I mention that they're halal and kosher certified? They're considered beyond organic, right? They're non-gluten, GMO, and again, 100% natural flavors. So these different products, you'll see the prices on them. They all serve a function. If you haven't had a chance to give them a try, talk to whoever invited you to the presentation tonight. Get your hands on and give them a try. About our Premier Collection, there are 5 of them. You'll notice a few things. One, the pricing's a little bit higher. Why? More botanicals. HPR. Our bodies have a hard time of ridding themselves of toxins, especially if they are non-naturally occurring or synthetic toxins. HPR is designed to assist your body to remove these toxins from your body. ALT for breathing. Do you know anybody with asthma? Anybody that could use better breathing, healthier function? How about heart health? Okay. How about a multi-spectrum drop that covers a lot of different areas? That's what MLS is. Delicious flavors. I love HPR. That orange or peach flavor is one of my absolute favorites. We're going to finish off with our Premier Collection, BTY. I like to say skin, teeth, and nails. I've seen a lot of product testimonials on this. BRN is a product, it's a coffee flavored, naturally flavored drop, tastes like coffee for mental acuity, focus, concentration. If you're ever having one of these issues, just pop one of these drops and see what happens. I think you're going to like the results. Wholesale price on these, $80. Retail, $100. Again, this is a 30-month supply. Now, really quickly, why are our prices so low? One of the reasons is we own our own manufacturing facility. It's located in Eastern Europe, 48,000 square feet. Here's the most exciting thing, new announcement. We can now produce 500,000 boxes in one day. So think about that, 500,000 boxes in one day. We are not worried about global demand. We can keep up with it as we expand to different markets. That's very, very exciting. And when you own your own manufacturing facility, you can also price them how you want to price them. You're not given a wholesale price that you have to go mark above retail. This is one of the reasons why our pricing is so low, because Sergey, the owner, owns that whole process. Okay, our products are the real deal. We have certifications. I talked about halal and kosher certified. Here they are. We're considered, again, beyond organic. We are also ISO 22000 and ISO 9001 certified. What does that mean? That means to get these types of certifications, you have to have the highest standards of production. They're not just handed out, they're hard to get. And there are very few manufacturers that have all the certifications we do. We also have about 10 more certifications for the European markets that we're in, because they're all different. They all require different levels of certification. We have them. We are the real deal. And finally, our products are FDA registered. Now I'm going to make a distinction. We are not FDA approved. We are FDA registered. Why? Because the products are coming in from overseas. The FDA, what they do is they check our shipments. They look for label integrity. They'll do some testing every now and then, but they want to make sure that what's on the label is actually in the box. Most products that are produced in the United States are never screened whatsoever before they're shipped out to market. So it's nice to know that we have that. I think it's really important. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the business. Here's what I'm going to tell you. A friend told me years ago some advice, and I really loved it. He said, you don't have to have the best opportunity for people. You just need to have something better than what they currently have. Most people that I know that are work a 9-to-5 job. There's nothing wrong with it. I did it for many years, but you have no time freedom, and the ability to go and be your own boss is really hard today, because most types of ventures to start off with require a ton of capital. That's why this model is so successful, That's why so many are flocking to it. That's why this industry does more than the NFL. It does more than the music industry, and it does more than the entertainment industry. Why? Because a lot of people are building businesses from their homes and having success, but you need to find a good company. Now, I'm going to go into the comp plan. I'm going to do it really, really quickly, and I'm not going to get deep into it. It's called a Prime Hybrid 9 compensation plan. What it basically is a hybrid unilevel. So if you're familiar with compensation plans, we have two different engines. I'm going to get into it really quickly and tell you how they work. But the most important thing before I actually jump into it is that, just so you know, your back office, for a $25 fee to join the company, your back office will track all of your sales. If you're building teams, it'll track everything for you. You only need to know one or two things. One, place people on your left leg or left lane or your right lane, one of the two lanes. And number two, personally enroll as many people as you possibly can, teach them the business, and you'll see success in your business venture with APO Go. Now, let's get into our start bonus. What this means is simply when you sign somebody up, you're going to get a bonus from that very first sale. Why? The company wants to put money in your pocket immediately, so you get a sense of a sense of accomplishment. So if you're signing somebody up, why not get rewarded? Those rewards are paid out every single week. So for instance, in this situation, let's say I bring in Mary. She signs up with a Builder GoKit. She pays $400. I make 15% of that. I just made $60. So if you look on its face, there are 6 different GoKits. These are kits that people sign up with. If you're going to do the business, you need to start with the $200 kit or above. The bigger the kits, the greater the discount that you get in products. For instance, the Diamond Go Kit has a greater discount on more products than the Builder Kit, right? So it's kind of easy to figure that out. This is our fast start bonus. It's paid out every single week. Now, I'm going to talk about the 2 engines. The reason this compensation plan has 2 engines, number one, the first engine is to take people and get them started, right? You're going to throw them into the comp plan. They're going to start building. It's called team building. You're building 2 lanes, a left lane and a right lane. You can use spillover volume from above you if you happen to have somebody above you working that same leg with you. All of that volume counts for yours as well. You can't count your own volume, but you can count the volume on your team. So if I bring in Lisa, Lisa brings in Mike and Chris. I didn't bring them in. All that volume counts for my left leg in this situation. If I bring in Mike on my right lane right here, left lane and right lane, if I bring Mike in my right lane and I put him there, and Mike brings in Scott and Trisha, I don't bring them in, but Mike brings them in, guess what? I can count all of their monthly volume to go towards my rewards. This is why it's called team building. Again, this is the group bonus, left lane, right lane, put people in it, keep them as even as possible. We're going to get paid on the lesser leg every single week. Now, a lot of people say, well, am I going to get paid on like all my volume, both legs? Yes. But the easiest way to figure out what your paycheck's going to be, look at the lesser leg every single week. The computer will take a screenshot of your weekly tree, and this is called a tree right here, and it will give you a percentage of sales based on what? Based on the Go Kit that you purchased, right? So if I purchase a Builder Go Kit and I'm building my business, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to look at Builder right here. I'm going to make 20% paid out to me every single week of my volume. And these numbers represent volume, right? So I'm going to make 20% of that paid every single week. If I came in at a Diamond status Go Kit, I'm going to get paid 30% of my pay lane every single week. Now, I'm going to wind up with this. This is really important. In this compensation plan, once you build your 2 lanes left and right, you can build an additional 8 other pay lanes without opening new positions, meaning for that one price of $25, I can start building my business. And at a certain point, when I've hit enough volume in my lesser leg, I can open up a 3rd leg, then a 4th leg, then a 5th leg, 6th, 7th, 8th leg, so you have a total of 9 legs. And the greatest leg is always called your power leg. And that leg could change at any time depending on what leg has more volume. So I know I threw a lot at you, If I want to blow your mind even more, each lane maxes out at $10,000 a week in pay. So if you do the numbers there, yes, it could be quite substantial. And, like I said, you can earn up to 30% right away if you have a higher status. And here's the thing with status, I want to point out to you. Once you have status, you never lose it, okay? So if you come at a certain status, you'll never lose that status no matter what. So if I come in at a VIP, I will always make 30% in my pay lane, week after week, month after month, year after year, no matter what. Now, if you come in at a lower status, because maybe you don't have, $3,000, come in at a $200 status. You have 90 days to upgrade to a VIP or diamond by purchasing more packs and getting more product to upgrade, or you can use customer sales to upgrade without having to purchase anything, which is really nice. And again, 90 days to do that. If you miss the 90-day window, well, the owner will sometimes run promotions to allow you to get that, which I find really, really exciting. Also, did I mention that for every single person that you personally bring into the company that starts building, you're going to get a check match off of them depending on your rank. So in this case, and I'm not talking about status anymore, I'm talking about rank. If my rank is manager, I'm going to pick up 20% check match on everybody that I personally brought into the business who's building a team. 20% of their weekly check. That's phenomenal when you think about it. If I'm a senior manager, right, this one right here, I'm going to get 20% again on everybody that I brought in, and I'm going to get 10% weekly check match on the people that they brought in. So do you see how this creates massive leverage? I love that we have a check match in the group bonus where all the action is, all the volume's going in there. It's a wonderful way to build a business, and it's quite lucrative. So we can see that we pay up to 7 levels of check match. And if you're not familiar with this, don't worry about it. You can learn more about the ranks later on. I'll go over that with you in just a second. Now, we talk about the second engine. The first engine is the group bonus. The second engine is our unilevel bonus, meaning all orders that go in to your organization that are not GoKit or GoKit upgrades get put into the second engine, right? So in my situation, let's say I'm already a diamond. I'm not going to buy more upgrades. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm just going to buy product. Depending on what rank I want to maintain, I'll buy product every single month. It'll go into this second engine. The reason why we have a second engine is this second engine is created for long-term sustainable income. If you look at all the great companies, their back ends are always unilevel, which is why we have that. Why? Because we want to build here, we want to be here in 20 years and have grown a massive organization. So they start out in the first engine. When the orders change to non-Go or Go kits, non-Go kit orders go into the second engine. You'll know that when people are placing their orders, when they switch, you don't have to tell them switch it. The computer will figure out for them. It'll get put into your second engine. So think about growing a long-term income for the long term with this unilevel. And here's some examples of some income. 5, we got 5, we got 5. They're pretty crazy. Of course, this never works out in a real world scenario, but it kind of gets you thinking about the possibilities here. All right, I'm running a little bit low on time, so I'm going to push this. Level 7 to infinity basically means this. In the unilevel, we pay out 6 levels, okay? When you come in, you don't have to have rank. We will pay you 6 levels in the unilevel from day one, from the day that orders start coming into your unilevel. We pay these percentages. You'll notice the percentages get higher as the organization gets deeper. All the big volumes are on these lower, on these 5th and 6th levels. There's a lot more volume down there. So we're making a greater amount of percentage on a lot of people instead of a greater amount of percentage here on 5 people. We're making a greater amount of percentage, and 10% in this case, on probably 100 people, right? So I like that. That's where the money is. Again, if you come in at diamond status, you're going to pick up 10% from day one in the unilevel, which is really, really great. Now, people sometimes ask, what about on my 7th level and my 8th level? There's people there. Do I get paid on them? The answer is yes. Once you hit international director, you're going to pick up 1% override on your entire unilevel organization. These are recorded monthly and paid quarterly. International Director pays 1.5 and Premier Director pays a 2.5 override on all your volume. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but it is. I've seen checks like this. They can be quite large and substantial. So this is really exciting for people to want to hit that. Our customer bonus is basically this. If somebody goes, a retail customer goes to your website and purchases product, you're going to get paid 30% of that order the following week. So that's pretty simple way of tracking customers. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about our founder real briefly. In my opinion, the founder of the company is the most important key, because owners of companies sometimes do some weird things. We've seen it in corporate America. It happens in direct sales as well. What I like about Sergey is that Sergey learned the industry by building his very own home-based business at the age of 17, built a downline of 10,000 people. So he's done it twice. He understands the industry. A little bit more about Sergey. He is 33 years old. So kind of wrap your head around that. A very young guy who loves the industry, who's going to be around for a while. Okay, he's going to be around for a while, and he's only 33 years old. Also, really importantly, Sergey does not have any investors. Now, I like this. I don't like companies with lots of investors, because the investors don't care about the business builders. They care about their return. And I've seen investors put a lot of pressure on corporate teams to produce higher sales. So they end up changing the product line, making it cheaper, changing the comp plan because they're paying out too much. Sergey knows his comp plan pays out 63%. And what I heard him say recently on a call was really incredible. He said, I knew it was a high payout, but I want to be known as the founder that creates the largest checks in the industry. So I like hearing that. If you want to come and you want to know why we pay out that much, it's because Sergey wants to be known as the person that pays out the highest checks. His wife, Olga, does all of our marketing. Look at our branding. Look at our boxes. They're absolutely beautiful. She's the one that you can thank. Sergey believes in culture. He likes to have fun. He was recently in South America looking to purchase an island to do his own, what do you call it? When they get groups on the island, they have contests, right? There's a television show about that. It's kind of slipping my mind right now. Survivor. Yeah, Survivor. Sergey is setting up another series of Survivor for his associate, for his teams, for his leaders. He loves doing things like this. He recently did a trip to Africa. We had a lot of fun. So choose your GoKit. If you're thinking about doing a business, I'm going to tell you this. If you look around today, can you start a business for under $10,000? Maybe. Can you start a business for under $5,000? Yeah, you could do it, but you're risking $5,000. You're risking 10 grand. If you look at franchises, you're risking at least 250,000 on a franchise. Yet look at our price, $25 to become an associate. You get the entire platform with worldwide growth potential. You get the comp plan, the product lines. You store none of it. You control all of it. This is how wealthy people make money. They control everything, but they own nothing, so they're not taxed on it. For $25, you can own a multi-million-dollar platform, and you never have to stock inventory. The company stocks all the inventory for you. They ship it to your customers for you. They ship it to people that are building your organization with you. They ship it to them for you. So for $25 and for a startup fee of between $200,000 and $3,000, is that really something that people can do? The answer is yeah, people can do it if they see the value. I'm going to end with this. Actually, I got a couple more slides and we'll end. We are expanding globally right now. We just Whisper launched in the US in July of last year. We are currently looking at new markets. In the Latin markets, we'll have an announcement in about 2 weeks of the launch of several countries. We're into Asia. I can't put it on the map because I can't talk about which Asian markets. We also have Canada online, Australia going online. So there's a lot of excitement happening right now with APO Go. You saw the growth early in the presentation of where we are going. As far as building systems, people won't join a business unless they know there's a path that'll allow them to be successful. We have an app called Rapid Funnel. It is full of presentations. You can sit from your phone, send people PDFs, send them videos on our product. You can say, hey, you may or may not be interested. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of working my job. I see no relief in sight. I'm going to do something about it. I'm looking at a part-time hustle, a part-time gig, because I've got dreams and I know I'm not going to accomplish it because they're never going to give me a raise, right? That's what I tell people. Send them a presentation, take their temperature, see if they want to take another look at it. Send them to a presentation like this to get more education, then have them make a decision. We also have sample packets. They contain 3 of our drops. You can send them out to people to try. There's a lot of good information on it. So last, I'm going to end with this. Are you ready? Are you ready to make a decision that can impact not only your life, but the life of your family and the life of for generations to come? I know years ago, my parents started a network marketing company when I was 7 years old. They didn't start the company, they started working in the company. And I learned from a very early age that if I was going to get ahead without having to risk a lot of capital, that network marketing would provide me a good platform if you can find the right company. They're hard to find. That's just the honest truth. In my opinion, this is the greatest company I've seen over the last 16 years launch. There is a ton of potential here. Why? Again, category creator, comp plan that pays out over 63%, and an owner that understands the business and has designed his infrastructure to grow globally so that we can have an amazing opportunity ahead of us. With that being said, I'm going to shut up the presentation. We're going to stop the recording.